What's the point?
Let's drive slowly.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, Victor Kwan, back at it again.
Hi.
You need a signature introduction.
No, I don't. You have
That's
to.
that's not even a signature introduction. That's just a generic.
Okay.
So, Alexa, we are back at it again with this review. It's daytime. We watched daytime
You watched the
IMAX.
movie? You did.
In IMAX.
Yeah, I bet you can't guess what it was.
We watched Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Dunkirk. World War II epic from Christopher Nolan. What did you think? Initial thoughts, Alexa?
It's a lot.
A lot?
It's a lot.
What do you mean a lot?
Just like, it made me feel a lot of feels. Well, no, it didn't make me feel a lot of feelings. It just kind of like the same feeling over and over again. Like, it made me feel really sad and like just like this shit's terrible. Oh, sorry, whatever.
Ooh.
Well, it is like that. It's bad. Like the stuff that happens is really bad. Like it's terrible. Like I think I was listening to a podcast that was like talking about giving like a history like lowdown on what happened, and it's like the movie doesn't even cover it. Like there was a lot of like a lot of people died and like a lot of really bad stuff.
So why don't you? So since you read up on it,
Well, I wasn't really listening to that podcast.
Well, why don't you tell me though? Like, what's the history of Dunkirk?
I have no idea.
Yeah, see,
I can't tell you.
that was the thing that I wish it would have been answered a little bit. So I understand that the British forces and the French forces were they needed to evacuate because they were pushed to the sea.
Is this the start of World War II or the end?
I'm pretty sure it's towards the beginnings of World War II.
Okay.
Like it had already started.
Yeah.
But I think this was before like the United States was even involved in World War II.
Sure.
So
yeah.
Anyway, the story was kind of told out of order a little bit.
It was.
Which was a little strange for me because I was kind of at first I wasn't sure how to follow because part of it was nighttime and then it would switch back to daytime.
Yeah.
And it'd be nighttime again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really understand the reason they did that. I guess it was just to kind of show show the passage of time while still maintaining some sort of order with the story because
it's kind of like gives you a scope of like how bad it got.
Yeah.
I mean, we already knew.
Yeah, apparently there was 400,000 men on that beach.
I don't know. And like it's crazy how they literally drop down like pamphlets like you're here, we have you surrounded.
Yeah.
Like they're just like sliding in their DMs. Sorry, that didn't work.
Sliding in their DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first scene, I wish I would have seen a little bit more of that. I guess the scene where they're running through an abandoned town and they're just trying to find cover, and like we see the first guy, British Rocky, and he like his entire splatoon dies, and he's the only one that's left alive.
Did you just say splatoon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're trying so hard.
Well, all right. Anyway, so yeah, that was also part of the reason why I was confused is because the first chapter or the first day was called The Mole or something like that, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
And so the whole time I'm trying to figure out like, wait a minute, is he really?
No, it's because he had a mole like right here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but it was the whole time I was thinking, wait a minute, is he really with the British, or is he like a German spy? And I thought, and I guess part of the film made me believe that he was a German spy, and then they bring up they come out with this French guy I mean, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but anyway, I guess the reason why I wasn't sure what they were trying to say was this guy a successful mole that infiltrated England, or was that just was it because he was suspected of being a mole that they called that story arc the mole, and it's never really resolved. That we don't really see the end of the story.
What were the other ones called?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Let's see what else. The dog fighting was really cool.
The planes.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Tom Hardy, always in a mask.
Yeah. Well, the way they did that, the way they shot it, and it looks really cool in IMAX.
It
because
does.
It almost feels like you're there, like you're in the cockpit, because it covers your
cockpit,
your whole wide range of vision.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the dimensions are kind of weird because it felt like I was like looking at a square.
Yeah,
but it's
unusual.
like it's pretty to look at. As terrible as it is, as the story was, it's nice. It looks real. Like the color was exactly how it needed to be for the story.
By the way, like IMAX, the sound, you feel those bullet shots, those gunshots, and the bullet holes, and like the ships and the bombs and everything. Like you really just, it's like a.
I mean, I kind of got used.
Bass hit your eardrum like a slug to your chest.
Yeah, it's just funny because we were gonna go to a water park, but it was closed, so we just decided to watch a movie where a bunch of people drown.
Yeah. And like when they would bomb, there would be German planes doing bombing runs, dive bombers, and when they would destroy, I don't know how many ships were bombed.
It's a ton.
I know, like I just
and
they would
sink in like 2 seconds. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
It's just oh my gosh.
It did make me wonder though, like why didn't they deploy? Well, they did say the reason why they didn't send more ships and send more planes is because
they would be vulnerable. And it's like we're gonna lose more,
right,
in the long run if we just use all of our boats. Yeah,
I guess that's probably what they figured. Where it's like they need the Air Force and the boats to defend.
It's like someone's making these decisions, and it's like someone higher up that's like separated and far away is making the decisions that determine like the fate of all these people down there. Yeah, Harry Styles was great. Bless him.
Even though he was a little xenophobic there for a minute, he was like, "Get off the boat! Get off the boat!"
He got mad at Zayn. He's like, "Leave the band. I'm gonna leave the band now."
Yeah, you're too much dead weight.
Leave the band. Leave One Direction. And then Tom Hardy was great. Bless him. That ending, like that ending was just like beautiful. That's sad, but beautiful.
Where he was like landing the plane at dusk.
But sad, but beautiful.
I didn't really quite understand what his plan there was. I don't see why he didn't just did they not have eject? Like, did the planes not eject back then?
Well,
like if you're in the air and your plane's going down, you can't like open the window and like pull a button that'll shoot you out.
Yeah,
I guess not. Probably not. But yeah. So I guess the only option was for him to land or to crash.
He could have like landed like closer so that he could like get on a boat.
But he couldn't really maneuver, I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, as best as he could. Yeah.
It was basically just like a really long war montage that happened to have like a little story on the side. Like it was all pretty much action. Like so Daniel goes to the bathroom during movies, and I found out about this app called like P Run, and it tells you if you press start and sync it up to the movie, it'll tell you like, okay, in this part of the movie you have 4 minutes that you can go to the bathroom. And I tried it, and it's fine. I mean, this is a good movie to do it to, because most of it is just battle, and like you're not gonna miss much, because it's like a plane crashed, a boat sank again. But it's really useful. This video is not sponsored by anybody. But if you watch movies and you pee a lot, like Daniel, then Pee Run is pretty nifty.
Yeah, and if you download the app, be sure to use the link in the video description. What Pee Run, they kick us back a few dollars for every advertisement.
But what they also do is they tell you like what happened in the couple minutes that you missed, and they pick a time where like nothing's really going on, so you're not missing anything. Yeah.
I do have to commend the film for like the way they build up tension.
Yeah,
it was really good. Even like the first scene where it didn't even seem all that tense. It when you think about it, it's not that tense. But them trying to run the stretcher onto the ship and trying to make it onto the ship, and they're pushing their way through these crowds.
Died anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, he did die because that ship went down. Remember,
Yep.
The entire ship with all the wounded went down. But yeah, like just the tension, the music, the way it was shot,
was
the tight
on
shots.
point. Like that's how I knew it was gonna get really bad.
Plus, I mean, the bass in IMAX is insane.
But it's a Chris, what's his name?
Christopher Nolan.
And like a Hans
Zimmer.
It's he gets it's the power team. Throw in Cillian Murphy, throw in Tom Hardy. All we need is like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, where was Christian Bale? where was Michael Caine? You know?
He was there. He was,
Yeah, Michael Caine probably was supposed to be the boat guy. The guy with the fancy yacht.
That boat guy is MVP.
Yeah, where was Ellen Page?
Those are cool though, because what happened in the story is that the local boats went out to get the men.
Yeah,
and so it was cool to see both sides, and like it all intertwines like very subtly, because like the one guy was on the plane and then he got on the boat, and Harry Styles got on the boat. I don't know, but it's just, I mean, war is freaking terrible. Like, it reminds me of when we watched Lone Survivor, and where it just sucks. Like, this happened for real, and it was way worse. It was way worse in real life, and it just makes you sad. So if you watch this, like, go do something nice afterwards, so you don't feel so bad about life.
You know, it's also something I found really interesting in the film is that there's no antagonistic characters in the film. You actually don't see any Germans at all. You don't see any of the enemies.
Yeah.
You are aware of their presence.
So you feel, they make you really feel like you're one of the soldiers.
Right. Like, you don't see who's shooting at you.
You're on the beach or you're in the plane, and like you don't see them.
Yeah, you're just kind of...
You just know they're
there.
You're
just kind of helpless.
Yeah.
Or, you know...
That's cool. That's some subtle things. Yeah.
Yeah, well... Anyway, anything else you'd like to add, Alexa, before we rate this film?
Sure. I've just been seeing the trailers for it for a long time. And they kept selling, like, watch it on IMAX, and I'm like, all right, I want to watch this.
Said that?
Yeah, they did, and I was like, all right, I want to. Well, I'm just a sucker for like advertising, so that's what they. So, and like, I personally, like, I don't really like watching military movies, just because I just don't like. None of that appeals to me very much. But this one, like, even just from the trailer, it like. I think what got me was just the style, Harry Styles, but just like the way it looked like it was done well. It looked like it was done well, and that made me want to watch it. And it was. It's a beautiful and sad.
It's funny how Christopher Nolan can pretty much do anything he wants now. He's like the modern. He's like what Quentin Tarantino used to be.
Yeah. Or you just use people over and over again.
Yeah.
Who does that? Like Quentin Tarantino and like Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Like they just like, all right, yo.
Well, a lot of directors do that when you think
they're
about
like,
it.
all right, yo, I'm gonna make a movie. Let me hit up my homies on speed dial and tell them we got this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it works. Like in this case, it works.
Yeah. So, Alexa, how many oily men pulled out of the water will you give this?
I will pull out all the oily men from the water. All of them.
How many wool life vests? Out of 10.
I give it a 9.
Ooh, a 9.
It's done really well. Like with this, do you think this one would be put like big in the awards season, or did we miss the awards season?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It seems like one, like a soundtrack or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like though I'm surprised it's a summer film. Like it seems like one of those ones that come around
winter,
like Christmas time,
yeah,
November.
It does.
Like
I feel it.
Especially because it looked cold.
Yeah.
Out there.
Another thing that I remembered was like with the music.
Yeah.
Like they were really detailed with it. Did you hear that moment? Like I was asking you, like there was a ticking noise.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Do you hear that?" And then like it stops at a certain point.
Well, but why? Was that the music or was that?
I think that was the music. It stopped right when they were on the train. But it's like it kind of.
You sure that wasn't like part of like that's?
I don't think
that's what the trains made. The sound the trains made back then.
No. Because that was happening even like in the scenes before, where like with all the battle and the beach and the whatever.
Really?
But it's like it imitates like, you know, if you were, well, I wouldn't know, but like if you hear a loud noise or an explosion right by you, and then there's like that ringing sound, you know. Or it just kind of like reflects like the tension that you'd have, like the whole, like if you're a soldier in that moment, like you don't know if like you may have gotten on a boat, but you don't know if that boat's gonna make it. Like you're just like if it was me, I would just fear for my life like the whole time. Like I'd be on the train, like I'd get off the train and just still be like scared poopless. Like I mean, and that's how we get PTSD. I'm sorry, just kidding. That's a real thing. That is a serious issue. But yeah, and
that's then what Cillian Murphy had.
And like
Scarecrow.
And then it just the noise stopped, and it makes you like pay attention to what's going on. So like there are all these just like really cool details that were like that added to it. And that's I think that's what's fascinating. It's like you don't realize it, but that's how they like suck you into the movie and suck you into the story, which is really cool, which is really artful. Yeah. What do you give it?
I give it an 8.5 oily men out of 10.
Just half of an oily man.
Yes.
The bottom half.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I think I would knock it down a little bit is just a lot of the story I felt like there could have been more backstory given.
That's true.
And like the confusion that I had over, wait a minute, who was the mole here now? You know, I don't know. You take out that little bit of text about the mole in the very, very beginning, and then that whole idea of, wait a minute, can I trust this guy, is completely gone. You know?
I mean, that's also how it must have felt for people.
True, but then we don't get any answers by the end of the film.
Yeah, but they're not gonna like, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of where things are left open to interpretation, and like
I guess it can
it's okay.
be.
Like it's okay.
Yeah, freaking Christopher Nolan always has to leave like something unanswered at the end of his films. I mean, remember Inception, the dice. I mean, not the dice, the top, the spinning top. You know, that's the iconic example out of all his films. You know, Batman, whether or not he really died.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool.
Anyway, guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Long video.
You can follow me on Twitter at Victor_Kwan. You can follow me on Instagram at Victor_Kwan.
You can follow me on Instagram at Alexcellent_Ann, and you can follow me on Twitter at HalfConformist. And be sure to like and subscribe, and check out our next reviews for what? Injustice League.
Well, I want to see it.
It.
That's coming out next month. What else is coming out soon? I don't know. I mean, Thor is not till November.
It's August. It's closer than we think.
Yeah, well, August, September, October. I mean, that's a while. That's a while.
Yeah.
We have Halloween to worry about.
Yeah.
I want to see Annabelle. I don't know if you do.
I'm down.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. This summer feels a little lacking towards the end.
I'm sorry.
But Justice League is probably coming out soon, so we'll definitely be watching that.
I think that's
All right, guys.
Okay, bye. Boop.